we suffered heavily due to the fifth wave of the pandemic of COVID last year. But in fact, approaching the end of the year, when we see the international border gradually reopening, we have already seen a gradual recovery of our Airport Express line patronage. And with the start of this year, when we see the reopening of the boundary with mainland, we actually see a fast recovery of our domestic and cross-boundary, including the high-speed rail patronage. For example, our domestic patronage has now recovered by the end of February, recovered to well over 90% from pre-COVID level. And for the cross-boundary and Airport Express lines, patronage has returned to 50% and rising. So the trend is encouraging.
So with these trends, we're looking at people coming back into the city. They're moving around once again. But how has COVID changed the patterns in which people travel? How has this impacted the peak travels?
Well, we have seen interesting change in the daily distribution of patronage. We've seen the peaks, especially the morning peak, slightly spread out over a longer period. So it looks like people are now going into work over a longer period of time, so they don't all have to squeeze into the same morning peak. And we've seen an increase in the non-peak traveling. So presumably people have more free time so that they can actually travel around. But overall, we are seeing an uplift of all the time period in the recent 2 months.
Aside from running the mass transit railway, maybe lesser known is you are Hong Kong's biggest landlord. Talk to us about footfall. How is occupancy and people coming around to your stations to do the shops?
In fact, our local malls business has recovered quite notably for the last 3-4 months. The luxury mall, the elements, of course, they serve mainly visitors. So we are now seeing some of the visitors coming back, and we are hoping that with the cross-boundary and international traveling increase or recover over time, there will be even more business for our luxury malls. The reason that we have a notable property business is because of our rail plus property model. We don't have the property business on its own. Is actually part of the funding arrangement for our railway, ongoing development of our railway, as well as investment into new railways.